Welcome back, everyone. I'm here with two authors and one topic, and I am Elizabeth O'Carroll, joined here today again with Maria Schreier. How are you, Maria?
I'm great, thank you, Elizabeth. And
You
how
survived the holidays?
survive because I do not have young children. I were together with adult children.
Yes, so it's much easier, hopefully. And now we're right on our New Year's. So New Year's is a time that everybody sets resolutions, and maybe they stick to them or they don't. And so Happy New Year as well.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you. And do you have things you will do in the new year of 2021?
Well, it's interesting that you asked that because I thought about your book and I was thinking to myself, I need to set boundaries with my boss, with my family members, and start standing up for myself more. I began to connect that with your book with children and parents setting boundaries with children and why is it so difficult? What's involved with setting boundaries with our children? What does that mean?
Yeah, boundaries at every age means something like I'm not loved. This is something like this because when you set boundaries to your partner or your chief or your children, you feel like having the risk to have not enough attention from them because they do not like you any longer because you said no. And this is from our childhood too, because we are not used to um, get the experience that you get a boundary and without having the feeling of not being accepted any longer. This is a really difficult thing to set a boundary and say, but I accept you. And this is because we often um, explain it in a wrong way because we say stop it and then or you have to go to your room and come back when you are in a way we like you. So this is a really difficult thing for parents and for adults too.
Yes, it's similar to when my son, I would set the boundaries for homework, right? I know this is a big one with a lot of parents. So the thing was, you have to do your homework first, and then you can have your free time to play computer games. Well, immediately he would come in and log onto his computer and start playing computer games before I had a chance to, reinforce that boundary. So then I would come in and unplug his computer, and there would be a little fight about that, and then he would say, okay, I tell him you're grounded, so I have to reinforce that boundary, and it's like so hard, right? And then he would say, okay, Mom, I'm grounded, when's my computer going to be back? Like, it didn't even affect him. So parents are it's hard for us to set the boundaries, and then we have to constantly reinforce the boundaries, and then we're concerned about setting the boundaries that it will put some kind of uh, bad feeling between each other, right? So
Right.
how do we set healthy boundaries so that we're both on the same understanding, the same page, so to speak?
Yeah, you have to think about the sense of your boundaries. So why do you say first you have to do your homework and then you get your free time? Maybe your son would work a lot better when you first give him free time and then find out what his best time to do the homework. One of my sons, he had the best time after dinner to do his homework for school. And he figured that out, and so I had no boundaries to set and not to reinforce them because he by himself figured out when the best time of the day was to do his homework.
And in an ideal world, that's really great. I know that as parents, maybe for me anyways, I tried every angle to set boundaries that I felt would be work on understanding for both. So I gave the free time first, but then the computer time went over. I'm on a different level. Oh, please don't, just one more level, and then it was pushing and pushing and pushing the boundaries. So then you try to say, okay, homework first and then computer time. And it's just a constant battle and trying to, I think maybe explaining why we have boundaries, right? Does that help? Would a child even understand that, or they just look at it like it's punishment when we're setting boundaries?
Yeah, I think this is the most often feeling to be punished. And you have to think about maybe you can talk about the consequences and talk with the child about what will be in school the next day when they do not have their homeworks. Maybe they have to feel this consequence when they sit there and haven't finished their homework. So you have to think about a lot of time that you maybe don't set boundaries and let the child make his own experience about when he doesn't do the things he should do or she should do. Do you understand what I mean?
I absolutely do, and in fact, I did try that approach. Eventually, did work with my son and daughter was to sit them down and talk about situation and solution, and this action and this consequence, and then allow them to explore what the possible results would be of their actions, and knowing that it was their choice when they made those actions, right? And they would get to live the result. And when I started coming from that perspective, then they started owning their choices and their consequences. So, yeah, I think that's a very healthy way to go about boundaries. But in the beginning, for parents, it's very, very difficult, right? So, if we can get on top of this early and we can reason with them at whatever age level they are, if they're 2 or 3 years old, obviously there's not a lot of logic developed yet, but,
Yeah,
you know,
but you will very often have households where when the child starts to being to go around and put the books out of the shelf or is exploring the environment, then you have parents who change the environment and make it child secure or something like this, and others say no, this is my home, and the things have to be the same way as we lived without a child, and then they will have a lot of struggle and boundaries because they say don't touch this, don't touch this, and don't touch this. So they have a lot of struggles because they are not willing to change something because of the needs of the little child. So it's really a thing of the parents or the adults to decide and think about the sense of their boundaries.
ah, boy, it's coming back to that expectation thing again, isn't it?
Yeah, we come back.
It's all related. Well, maybe we could reflect on that in the new year of how we can learn to communicate with each other in a healthy way and set those healthy boundaries. So I'm figuring those out as I go right now. Thank you, Maria, for that. I appreciate it.
Okay,
So
Elizabeth.
Happy New Year, everyone. And if you have some questions that you would like to ask Maria, please put them in the comment box below. We appreciate you stopping in and listening to our chat. Maria, Happy New Year, and I will talk to you soon. Thank you for these awesome answers.
Yeah, and Happy New Year for you too, Elizabeth. Bye.
Bye.